Part 3, so today we're looking at like a few cards, like a dozen cards at a time, not like last part 2, it's like 58 cards, to be way quicker, a little shorter here. So let's look at the Druid, alphabetical order as last time. So first we have this card here, Ironwood Golem. It's very close to the next card, we can shoot it right away actually. This is based on you have some armor, right, and you have 3 armor here. And the next card is a similar thing here, you need to have, you gain armor and you recruit and so on. So they're kind of, I feel they're kind of connected, right, because like, they have this new thing here that you have to have armor for an ability with Druid. But anyway, this card itself, I think it's pretty mediocre. I don't think if you see any play, maybe not in Construct. I mean, it's better Sandy, and usually they have to kill it anyway. So I guess it's better against aggro because they don't really care about taking it anyway. But in man situation though, if you play a Sandy, you will maybe survive it, and then you can kill like a 3-2 with an ability. This thing probably can't do it. You probably won't have 3 armor when you're playing Constructed. If you call this thing or out and so on, right? So you probably can't use it. And Sendin was never played exactly since like season 1, right? Like Sendin hasn't been played forever. So yeah, this is Sendin with 1 more armor. I don't think, 1 more health. I don't think it's very good. And even in Arena, I don't think it's as good either. Like in Arena, it's probably okay. Sendin is pretty good in Arena, and yeah, it has 1 more health. But again, though, if they have something out there, let's say a summoner, something that gives you an extra edge, right? Something that gives you an ability. You really want to kill that minion. This minion probably can't do it in Arena either, because you have to like get the armor up. So yeah, it is an okay card in Arena. But the next card gives you armor, so they're kind of connected. Same mana cost, and you can even summon that minion. Yeah, so I think this card, I think it's though, because this gives 6 armor, right? It summons a 4 or less costing minion, which means you could actually summon this guy. So in a collector deck, if you want to have these 2 guys, you could actually summon them both, right? So I could have in the same card. So I could see that being the thing that it's going for. Oh, sorry, next one. So I can see the card being what it's going for. When it's going back. Okay, goodbye, man. So hello, Ron and Modern here. Welcome to respective part 3. So today we're looking at a dozen cards. And last time was 58 cards. Part 2 there was a really long video. This is way shorter here. There's a few cards. And first thing, Druid then, go in alphabetical order. This card is like a Sendin with 1 more health, and I feel that is not good enough. That's what I feel. It probably won't see any play because Sendin, it was not good enough constructed for a very long time. And in Arena, Sendin is like a decent card, but Taunt is very weak constructed. Sorry, in Arena, so you'd rather play a Yeti than a Sendin, because that extra attack power is way more worth than the Taunt. Not always, but in the man situation it is. Especially for Druid, because Druid doesn't really care about so much protecting you or the taunt being and so on, right? So in that sense, that extra health might be good. I mean, it's a fell, but I think it's pretty mediocre because it's hard having that 3 armor at turn 4 in both formats. You don't really have the 3 armor, so you need to play to get the armor up and so on, right? And that means that many times you won't be able to kill their stuff out there with this minion. And let's say you play Arena and you play the Summoner, so you make everything cheaper for 1 mana. And it's your turn, so turn 3 you can coin this thing out. It's like, yeah, next turn you won't be able to kill her with this thing. But if you could have send out, you can actually kill her next turn. You probably want to kill her faster, but still you can't. You have to remove your health. So yeah, play this thing then. That's a huge liability because you really don't get that armor up in Arena. Very, very hard to do. So I don't think it's that good actually. But sure, if you play it out, then it's like a little better sending in man situation though. So it might be. Okay, I think it's hard to say it's better Sendin. Yeah, that's the problem I think. Sendin is pretty okay in Arena. It's like a 6-7 out of 10 card. And is this card better than Sendin? I would say most session probably, but not always. So if Sendin is 7 out of 10, this is like 7.5 or so. That's probably how I would rate it. And that's not good enough, right? But it's not a common card, so you probably see it anyway. But I mean, it's not super good. But anyway, the Oaken Summoner, though, this next card here, is definitely connected to that card because you get armor and you summon a random minion that's 4 or less. So constructed, you can only have that 3. This card will summon it. You would have the armor to also fight with it. That's really good. So I can see the combo there, but it also means you have to pretty much play no other minion for 4 or less mana. So okay, play some recruit deck. You want to have some cheap stuff. The other 3, there's like summon 2, 4, 3, so you can have 2 of those 3, this 3, and this thing, I guess. But it seems, I don't know, I guess it's very taunty and armory, so you probably can't die from aggro. It's very anti-aggro though. But you probably lose to like, well, anything else. Priest, yeah, druids, yeah, everything else would kill you, so I don't know. In Arena, yeah, you have to have a lot of 2 and 3 drops in Arena. to get tempo. You can't just play like one big 4-drop. But otherwise, I mean, if you only summon 4-drops, it would be a great card, right? Because if you get 6 armor and summon like a Yeti, it would be a great card. Really, really good card. But here you summon like a 3-2-drop. It's like, yeah, get a 3-3 out, get 6 armor, 4 mana. That's really bad, so it probably is bad. You have to have, if you have very few minions, and most of them are at 4, I guess it's okay, but... anyway, next druid card then, Greedy Sprite. So this is a pretty good card. You get 3-1 and you get the mana construct and you're ramping it up. I think it's probably good in arena, even though it's not super good. Very note here, there's an empty mana crystal, which means you only get the open thing, right? So you can't actually use that mana right away. So if you play turn 3 and you second turn 4, you get to 5 mana, but you can't actually use the extra mana, which means that your next turn you will have 6 mana and then use that mana. So it's still good, but it's not fantastic. If it was just gain and full mana crystal, then it'll be way better, right? Because you can actually combo it next turn into something better, right? Or you can like coin it out turn 2, have it turn 3, second get 4 mana, and then use that and forget and so on. That would be really good. So now it's like, it's pretty okay. It's not super worth for them to kill it with their, you know, mage ability, rogue, druid and so on. It's not fantastic to kill it. You probably have to do it anyway because it's kind of worth sacrificing for. So yeah, I think it's a pretty good card in arena. Not the best card, but it's a decent card. However, though, it requires you to have a pretty good hand. So in construct, it's easy to play this card because you have like a large ramping druid deck. Where in arena, you might not have actually the big thing you need to actually utilize this mana, and then it's pretty bad, right? If you can't actually utilize the extra mana, you get yeah, that is pretty weak. So I think it's a decent card in arena, and probably is to play like that. So anyway, here we have the Hunter. This card is really good, I think. Really good card here. Lesser Ever Spellstone. So this card, it's surprising to me though that it doesn't actually edge up as much as the other ones. The other ones goes like 2, 4, you know, like it doubles up in that way, right? This goes like 3, or 2, 3, 4. So it doesn't actually go like 2, 4, 6, which would be really broken, but still though. So it's not as good upgrading as some of the other spellstones, so they actually kind of get twice as good the first upgrade. This doesn't do that. I mean, the clone thing is like clone 1, clone 2, clone 3, which means that if you upgrade it once, it's twice as good. Upgrade once more, it's 50% more, it's less of a good effect, right? Here it's just like 50% each step though, or actually even less than the 4 times. So that's all good in that sense, I guess. But it's a pretty good card just without that thing. You play the thing out right, and it's 2 treaties for 5. That is not a horrible. That is not a horrible thing just by its own. You compare it to the Silver can have 4, 4, and 2, 2 for 5. This is the same stats, but it's equally divided. So I think it's like an worst case scenario in arena. Yeah, it's okay. It has some value. Yeah, it's okay. Not the best thing, but it's like it's actually playable without having the secret. And of course, it's playing one secret card, which you might have in arena. Then you get this thing. Yeah, so it's definitely a playable card in arena, regardless, I think. But in constructed then, you get this card. Look at the next card actually right away here. It's a druid card, which it gives you. If this card is real, because it looks really bad, but but this card then, to my side, it's summon 2 Ember Plants for 6 months. I got half take between cards, called wild and you know, wild. Yeah, so it's like you have to have no minions to play it outright. So I think that's a collection here. You have the Spellstone, you play a lot of secrets, play the Spellstone. You have no minions in your deck, right? You only have spells, and yeah, then this card is great. Spellstone is better because you have a lot of secrets. I definitely see. There's a deck there going. There's a deck they want to create there, right? They want to create that spell-based secret trap, yeah, spell and traps hunter for sure. So this card to get Spellstone, absolutely probably see the same deck then. Is the deck good enough? Probably not very good. It might work out. It might be really good, but I don't think so. And in arena, this is absolutely horrible. In arena, to do this thing here, we're gonna play. Yeah, I mean, come on, it's the worst card. It's definitely the worst card ever in arena. It's like, yeah, it's like. This will never happen in arena. So you have to draft basically a constructed deck then with no minions. So like, come on, it's never gonna happen. So horrible card in arena. Probably the worst card actually in arena. I've seen a long time actually this card. Yeah, it's completely unplayable. Anyway, so the mage card then, Dragon's Fury. It's I don't know. Like I'm thinking this is definitely a very good card constructed, easily constructed. I mean, the whole thing with mage now is like they have to play expensive spells. Few minions, maybe a little minion, I guess, but like few cheap spells and a lot of expensive spells, right? And this card here is like few minions and just a massive amount of strong spells, right? So you do a Pyroblast and everything takes 10 damage, you kill everything, you probably have very few minions on your own, you have Secret Stone, yeah, so you can spec more. It looks really good in construct. I think it's very easy to kind of manipulate your value. In Arena though, it's like, you do pick all the cheap stuff too, because Frostbolt is good to have, it's good to have, the Flame Gazer is good to have, some Seekers are good, like Mirror is good and so on, so you do pick the cheap spells. And you also pick the special spells like Fire Lance Portal, like Pyroblast, usually, not always, but sometimes it's very good. Flames you pick and so on. So you do have the special use to get. So it feels like in Arena, it probably averages like 4 or so in Arena. Just throwing it out. I think it's like 4 the average, probably 4.5, yeah, 3, yeah, so probably around 4. So you probably say this is probably like deal 4 damage arrow for 5 mana. So it's kind of like a Dragon Fire potion for 1 mana less. So I think it's probably good in Arena. But of course, it depends on how your deck looks, right? Yeah, and it's hard to pick it in the beginning, but you need to have more spells to pick it. Because if you only have a few spells, you draw those spells, put it it's useless. So it's probably like a mediocre card in Arena, actually. Depends on your deck, I think. So the next card up is a Mage Legendary card, Dragon card Alana. Again, again a very spell-focused thing. She definitely goes to the cover you saw, right? All the spells with mages. So basically, she just like summons a dragon for every spell you played. So if you play all special spells, each special spell like 5 or more mana produces a dragon with her. So obviously in the late game you play her, you get like 6, 5, 5. So yeah, you just fill the board like super Onyxia, right? She's weaker herself, so you get a gigantic board of dragons and you survive like pretty good. It's constructed. I don't know if this deck be good or not. But if the whole expensive spell deck for Mage is a good thing, she is an obvious pick. Yeah, if you want to play the expensive spell deck thing, you will clearly pick this Dragon color here, right? And you will play it as a finisher. But in Arena, I don't know. In Arena, she's probably actually mediocre in Arena, depending on how your deck looks. But it's probably decent, because I would say that you probably have, say, you have 1 Flame Strike, 1 Fire. If you have a good match, you get 1 Fire, like 1 Fire Portal. Maybe a Cabalist's Tomb, like 3, maybe something else, like a Blizzard, yeah. So you might have like 2 to like 6 spells in the Mage deck. Let's say you have 3 then. If you have this Mage deck, right, you play this, you will get 3 5/5s. That is enough for being a massive value in Arena. So as long as you play like 2 or 3 spells, it should be good enough. But you have to have player very late though, so your deck has to survive. So it's kind of like, this probably isn't that good in Arena. You have to have a very, very expensive deck and a lot of board clears. But if you have that, she probably will see the game in your player, right? So she's probably very good in the right deck in Arena, because then she's probably like just gonna krill you, like you crush everything. So probably mediocre. So anyway, Crystal Lion. I like this card. It's definitely a good card in Arena. I think it's easily a very good card in Arena. So it's pretty simple, right? It's cheaper for every silver hand, every dork you have out on the board. And in Arena, you can easily get like 2 or 3 of those situations. You can like sit there and do them in the late game. So if you top this thing, yeah, 6 mana, you can play it anyway. But if you have like, let's say, 2 cards in your hand, you have 2 or 3 guys out, right? You top this thing. It's quite cheap. They're like 3 mana, maybe like 2 mana, and you can play this thing with another, mediocre bomb thing, like a 6 ogre or something. That's a huge tempo swing, and you probably win the game, because you have to remove this thing and the bomb, or the 2 bombs. So yeah, I think it should be a good card in Arena. And if you have like a bad start to an Arena, so you play like the dork, not a dork, but they don't kill it because they don't have any, not base or whatever. So they play like, you play this thing, they play like a totem, you play your one, they play another totem, so that, and then it costs 4 mana, so you can drop it at turn 4. That is not super common, but it definitely will happen in a lot of games. I think we have like maybe every 4th game or so if you have an expensive paladin deck, and they don't have any removal, don't care about it. So yeah, so there's a lot of leeway there, and of course all the different paladin cards like Lost in the Jungle and so on that produces more guys. Actually, you pay 1 mana, you get 2 guys, so it costs 4 mana, so actually cheapened up definitely. So yeah, I think it's a great card in Arena. Definitely have a lot of potential in Arena. Even without Dvashi, you just have 5/5, because it's kind of like not exactly, but it's similar to the things from below, right? So you can play this out very cheaply in a lot of cases. Things is better though, because you can lose your board, but this has Divine Shield, and taunt is kind of whatever. So I think it's a really good card. In constructed though, it all depends on the whole door thing working. I don't think it will. I don't think that's strong enough. Like +2 and everything, taunt for 5 mana. It's really weak. So I think the deck won't work in constructed though. But in arena, I think it's a great one. Then we have the legendary weapon here for paladin, Valanir. This looks really good though. This looks really good. And especially this card is great constructed because it's so weak against the O's. You can lose the weapon. It's death rattle, so you get the effect anyway, right? So yeah. So some of the weapons we can see here had the effect, which makes them way better. Same with the rogue weapon combinator. In arena, this looks really broken. It's a true silver you play it though. But when you lose it, a minion in your hand gets a lot stronger. You play a minion out, it's a 4/2+. Then when the minion dies, you get the weapon back again. So you take a replayable weapon, right? They can size it, but yeah, but probably you can replay it a lot. It's a little slow though, but I think it's the value is immense. The value is really immense, so it should be fantastic in arena as long as you don't silence them in having the buff on them. But the weapon, as I said, can't be so good. It gives them the O's, but they get the effect right, so it's fantastic. In arena, expected, maybe. It feels it's very slow, but you take it on buffs, some life gain. Yeah, maybe it's good. It definitely is good with life gain cards. Means with high health though. My some play. It's not weak against the destructive weapon though, has Jones, etc. So that's good, but it's a really massive value. So anyway, priest. This card feels crazy. Yeah, this card feels crazy. For constructed it feels crazy. Twilight's card. So go more back to the Twilight people there for they have from what's it called, Twilight Toolboard, yeah, the whole highlight, yeah, the whole thing. Pinnacles, yeah, Twilight Pinnacles. So you play this thing, right? You summon 2/1/1. I mean, you resurrect 2 minions that died, kept the same minion, and it has like the effects, right? It's really strong. So you get like the 4/8 that destroys with lifelink, and you know all the different minions that are just really good, right? I mean, it even says like it has to summon that with the minions. So you get those really good minions. It's just, it looks fantastic for constructed. It's fantastic. With the right deck to high priest, just summon him out, get this thing done. It sounds really crazy, really crazy. You can also play it with cheap deck to minions, like the Twilight Summoner, yeah, and he dies because the 5/5. You get those minions to use a good effect, even the eggs and so on might be playable. But in arena though, I don't know. In arena it's probably actually pretty okay actually. If you have affiliate minion, yeah, it's probably pretty okay because you're just paying 3 mana to get like, that's 2 harvest golems. That's 2 1/1s, and then when they die you get 2 2/1s. So you're paying 3 mana to get yeah, a lot of stats there. So you get like 4 3 2 1 3 1 4, yeah, 6 7 stats for 3 mana. Or yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. Like even in that case, that's like the worst case scenario. If you summon like the 3/1 against different minion, some more minion, yeah, that's pretty good. If you summon and a really good minion, cards and so on, you get a really good effect. So it should be good in arena as long as you have, let's say 5 or so that minions. It should be good in arena because I like to use more and so on. So yeah, it's a good card, especially good in extracted though. Then we have this thing. It also sounds really good actually. The lesson that, oh yeah, this is really good. This feels so good for constructed. So you play this thing out and it resurrects 2 different minions. So already as base stats, it seems really good, I think, in constructed, because you used 7 mana, but you summon 2 minions, and if you're playing a high priest, right, you summon 2 big stuff, right, pretty much. So you summon like Ysera, yeah, whatever. You summon 2 minions like 8 9 mana. So that feels really broken actually, even without the whole like getting a spellstone. In arena, that is horrible though. So in arena, things like a meh card in arena, you summon 2 like a 2 and a 4 drop something. Yeah, it doesn't worth it. So in arena, it's not good enough. The whole discover and resurrect something is much stronger because you get what you need, right? You pick what you want there. Much stronger. It costs 4 mana. So probably not good bluffing constructed. Arena, but you can upgrade it, which also is hard in arena. So in arena, it's probably a bad card actually, except the perfect deck for it. But it's probably generally bad, and if it works, it's probably broken. Right? So it's either horrible or it's broken, I think, in arena. In constructed, though, it seems really good for those decks. Like, yeah, it's just really good. So then we have the next card here, the rogue card. I think this feels like a really good card in arena. Really good card actually. So you destroy a random minion, it acts like sabotage. Sabotage did that for 4 mana, and also the weapon, but that backpack never mattered in arena. So you play the thing, it's very easy to control to kill like 1 big minion in arena, because you should only have like 2 to 3 minions. You trade all the ones down, right, and then you play this random thing and you kill it. So in arena, use the base effect, C is good enough, I would say. It's worse than Assassinate, but I think it's good enough. Not the best card though, but that's like a 4 mana value, so it's like a 1 mana more removal, which is good enough to play in arena. And then if you get that minions, then it's really broken, right? You get 2 minions then, or 3 minions. So in arena, this card is probably mediocre, and in the right pick is probably really broken. So I think it's a good card to pick in arena. Maybe not the first pick you want, but especially if you have like 3 for different minions, yeah, then it's really, really good. Fantastic card. But even the best food. In constructed, I don't know, it seems kind of like it's bad against aggro. You feel a lot of depth. I mean, yeah, it's easy to get good effective cards. It's like 3 minions though. That's a lot of cards, so it's hard playing it. If you have your full decks that minions. It's probably not that good extracted. Then we have the rogue legendary here. Kingsbane, not a good legendary weapon because it cannot be destroyed, so to speak. It goes back into your deck all the time. You can play with the mill deck. That's interesting. I think I like mill, right? So you can play that with your whole. You play this card, you use your weapon, you draw it again. So you can redraw it every time. So that means when you do it, you made your own deck, right? Like the Murdoch. So then you play this card and you use your weaponry with your rogue class power. This card is destroyed, goes back to your deck again. So you can redraw it infinitely for like 3 mana. So at the end game you can have minions. That's very, very good actually. So that can be a huge game changer for mill, actually. So I really like that. But also, generally it's an interesting card though. But I don't think it's good enough otherwise. Honestly, no, because like you buff this card, and then when it's destroyed, you get it back to your deck, and you do it later, it has the buffs, keeps the buff on him. So it's like you literally poison and so on, but that's how pretty really, really. I don't think it will work at all. I think the mill team can be something, and I think otherwise it's pretty useless. And in the arena, it's just way too hard to get effect going for it. So I think it's a bad card otherwise, but yeah. So anyway, the Shaman here, interesting card. It's like Bran, but only the next battle cry. But it's cheaper than Bran. It's to produce though. So you play this card outright, and the next time you play a minion with battle cry, that turn though, you get the effects twice as with Bran. So it's exactly like Bran, but only 1 minion, and this guy is cheaper than Bran. So again, but like it's very similar to Bran, right? But it's easier to do it. So for Shaman, of course, all the elementals basically have battle cry. So from the beginning, classic battle cry like fire elemental, it's 6 damage out of 3 then, and all the other ones like Kalimos and Servant of Kalimos, you get 2 elementals. Kalimos you can do like 6 damage to everyone instead of 3. Also the stone you get 2 extra 2/3, that's pretty mediocre. Blazing elemental you do 10 damage, that's pretty nice. So yeah, so generally I wanted to play the new legendary. I think I guess you get double of everything. That's interesting. Yeah, you play a new legendary, he gets you get a copy of everything in your board, right? And because one was in your hand, you get twice the copies then, so you get like this thing plus the other things twice 2. Which is pretty good actually. Yeah, that's pretty good combo actually. You can play this thing out then. You play the new legendary elemental. It gives you 2 of these guys back again. And then you get, they get those 2, and you can play with other things. You can play this 2 again. And you can, so they actually have some really good, some crazy combos there. So very interesting card. You probably will see a lot of play. And also good like duplicate and so yeah, so get the voice. Probably see a lot of play. And then it might stay. Yeah, it might stay. Also, it's better card, good card. In arena, it's probably bad. Like it's in the right deck, you want to play. If you try to do Shaman Elemental, which I usually try to do, if you have the right card in the beginning, you want to keep this card going. So that's probably pretty okay, but you have to really have the right deck for it. And then I have Blade Gauntlet. This is an interesting card. It's even good in arena. I think it's good enough to play in arena. It's like Shield Slam, but you do it twice, I guess. You use armor too, but yeah. So the attack power is equal to your armor, right? It's quite straightforward. It's probably good enough in arena because at turn like 4 you can play armor up, you can play this thing. That's a really bad weapon though, but it's not that uncommon in arena. I think you sit there with like 6 or 8 armor and so on in a lot of times. So it's like kind of equal, like equal trading. No one really lose light points, and you play an ogre with 8 mana, so you play an ogre 2 mana left, so you get armor up. Suddenly you have like 8 or 9 mana or so. You should play a really slow board like this, and then this card is fantastic. It's much better than Shield Slam. So it's probably pretty okay in arena. And in constructed, of course, it's you play a lot of armor ups cards, shields, blah blah blah, so on. And then it might be really good, or it's horrible. Yeah, it's like that deck. If that deck works with the new shield thing, right? It's 15 armor. Then you hit this thing next turn, and you do like 15 damage, or in the same turn. So maybe it's gonna be a deck, but I think it's a pretty good card in the arena actually. But not for that, it's a good card. The thing is the last card here, dragonhatcher, the only legal card. I think the card is great. Some people was like, oh, it's a horrible card, oh, this thing, but I think it's a great card because obviously in collected though, you play the thing right, and you only have like, let's say you have your Char, and you have people saying that, oh, you need a battle cry, but that's completely incorrect because some of the dragons definitely don't have, you know, effects like your Char, especially the most obvious example. And you play her and you get this thing out. I mean, you have her in your deck. I mean, you play this thing and you get her out. So you know you're gonna get her or similar dragons like Malygos. It's not good to get. So you only have the more specific dragons, and even having like Deathwing, you get that thing out. Yeah, but you can play this thing and like Deathwing. I mean, the one that rushed the Deathwing, and all of the 2 expensive dragons. You play this thing out right, and he will summon one of the like the real expensive dragons or Deathwing, and he will die and he will summon from your hand. So yeah, those play the correct dragons. They should be great in constructed. Given the deck is super slow though, so I mean yeah, opposite deck is super slow, so the deck might not ever work anyway, but it's generally like that feels like that's a good card, and the more dragons the game will have, because of course there will be more dragons coming in expansion 1, right? So, you know, that it might be some other really good dragons this card can work with in the coming year, right? So I think it's a great card actually. It probably, I mean, I think the card itself is pretty good. But the question is the deck viable, because it's a lot of aggro. So I think that's an interesting card in that sense. And then in constructed, so in arena it's probably horrible though, right? In arena it's probably horrible. Well, that being said though, I think it actually is probably okay in arena if you have enough dragons. Like Bone Drake is a great card. I played a Maze deck yesterday, or 2 days ago. We had 4 Bone Drakes, yeah. And that was like 10, so that was really good. You get the Bone Drakes out, right? If I had those 4 Bone Drakes and this, I would pick this card because you wouldn't draw all of those Bone Drakes. You had like maybe you do like 1 or 2 of them before you get this card out, right? So now it's summon a Bone Drake for me. It's a 2/4 plus a Bone Drake, and he doesn't die on the Bone Drake. That's enough for me in arena to be that really broken. So yeah, if you have enough dragons, if you have like some Bone Drakes, right, some other random dragons, like the operative and so on, some other like medium or bigger dragons in the arena, it's pretty good enough. But you need to have 4 or 5 or so. If you have the 5/5, the buff minions, the dragon scale, that guy is really Skaven. That guy is really good, right? In the arena, it's broken in the arena. If you have this thing with this thing, yeah, that's good enough. Like, since they have 2 of those, 2 Bone Drakes, this guy is fantastic in arena. So yeah, like if you have 4 or more, I would say medium size, 2 bigger, of course, legendaries. Even summoning like a Onyxia, it's got 8/8 out. You know, it's good enough, right? At turn 9, because that's good enough in arena usually. You can get the thing out, and you might summon something more. And they don't know that they have to like, oh, I have to kill this thing 2/4. I mean, they don't know that in arena, right? So they don't know if you can summon another dragon, like a medium or bigger dragon. So you want to kill it and try to kill your Onyxia. You sonate it, but you want to kill it. So I think it should be actually a great card in arena, as long as you have though, like 4 or more dragons. I think that's the number. Of course, even more the better, right? So you need kind of lay around there. That is true though, so you can pick it early. And in arena extracted, it probably is great, as long as you don't, as long as you can play really slow dragons. So anyway, I think it was the last card here. Yes, currently. So hope you like this review, and I'll see you guys next time. Oh, that went super dark.